ಅವಧಾನಿಸಿದ ಸಚ್ಚರಣೆಯ tidak dirodai saham Kyaveti Gatima Pilipanida Little Uduri
nama இருக்கிறாரு ஜூமிக்கு
காத்தோடி காத்தானே என்றே
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Once again, thank you very much for joining this morning for this virtual discussion. So, the students are warmly welcome to the inauguration ceremony of Engineering Faculty of North Campus. So, I'm Vinushi Bulat Sinhala from the Administration Division. Please keep your mics on mute until the Q&A session starts. First of all, I would like to invite Mr. Roshan, the country director of Lincoln University, to address the gathering. Mr. Roshan.
Can you make me the co-host? I need to share some screen.
Okay, Mr. Raja.
Okay, thank you. Good morning to all the students and congratulate that you have eligibility to follow the engineering degree program. My name is Roshan. I'm the country director. I'm sure that you are aware because I have spoken to you. Today is the official inauguration session of the engineering program for students. Well, this is a very short session today because from next week onwards you are going to have classes. I was told they will share you the timetable. Today I would like to add some inspiration word before I start. I would like to thank both coordinators. One is engineer Mr. Tariq and engineer Ms. Vinosha. Both are engineers by profession. Their qualification is also engineering. So you are in good hands, and we have a very good panel. Will try to assist you and teach you with the engineering subjects. And the local office of Lincoln University, who we are very closely working with Sri Lanka Foundation and North Shore management put together. We have Mr. Udaya, the executive PR officer, who is in charge of all this PR, public relation matters for the university and the students and the campus and all, and also the staff attached to our local office. I'd like to thank all of them for putting this wonderful moment, especially the students. I must tell you one thing. Today is a journey you're going to start in your life with great expectations. Expectations in the sense, our ultimate expectation is to find a good life. Being an engineer, being a doctor, being a nurse, being a teacher, whatever it is, the final objective is to see to that we do something sustainable. We do something will help us to live a good life, quality of life. People talk about quality of life. Why people talk quality of life? Quality of clothes that we wear, quality of devices what we use, quality of spectacles what I wear, quality of chair what I sit, where I sit, quality of wristwatch what I wear. This is what quality of life, how I live, quality of vehicle what I use, SUV. Land Rover, Mercedes Benz, Apple phone, smart watch, advanced spectacles. What do I use? Quality of life. මං ඇඳන් ඉන්න කමිසේ මට දැනෙනවා දැන්කට කොහොම සනීපයක්ද දැනෙන්නේ සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ. මම ඇඳන් ඉන්න ඔරලෝසුවේ මට මොනවද ලැබෙන්නේ? මම දාන් ඉන්න කණ්ණාඩි දෙකෙන් මට මොනවද පේන්නේ? මම ඉඳන් ඉන්න පුටුවේ කොච්චර කම්ෆර්ට්ද මට? From where do I get this? Quality of life. Why do you learn engineering? To become an engineer. One side, professional. Other side, quality of life. මම මේක ඉගෙන ගත්තට පස්සේ after studying these subjects, after getting this qualification, what do I achieve? I was given only 10-15 minutes max. So I'd like to be very precise here. Very precise in the committee. I'm not going to talk about subject because you all are in good hands. North Shore campus for engineering, one of the best campus in Sri Lanka with all facilities. Unlucky for you because physical classes පටන් ගත්ත ගමන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට බලන්න පුළුවන් North Shore campus අපේ හැම institution එකක්ම we have all the labs. අපිට labs ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා. ගොඩක් අය engineering උගන්වන්නේ. Most of the people talk about engineering, they don't know the labs even. They don't have the labs. Labs නෑ. බොරුවට practicals නෑ. අපි ළඟ තියෙන labs, our facilities are equal to state university facilities. රජයේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල වල තියෙන facilities වලට සමාන facilities අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. Right? No questions. And also we have students joining from Kandy, not from First Friends campus. We all don't worry. You all will be shared our resources. We'll be sharing our lab facilities for the students in Kandy also. Students in Colombo and Kandy. I was told both students are here. So our lab facilities, our lectures are all the same. Kandy the Colombo the ඔක්කොටම එකම දේ තමයි හම්. Same curriculum, same lecturers, same facilities given. So don't worry about any of these things. We are here. Sri Lanka Foundation Institution is a government institution. We'll award you the qualification with Lincoln University. We are all here. We ඔක්කොම කරන්නේ ඇයි? ඔයගොල්ලෝ international exposure එක දෙන්න. We know in our country the situation is not that good. අපේ රටේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා අපේ economy එක එච්චර හොඳ තත්ත්වේ නැහැ. We are not in a good economy. Most of the engineers are not in this country. I don't have to tell. මගේ batchmates ලගින් ගත්තොත් 3 දෙනයි ලංකාවේ ඉන්නේ. I am also attached to a foreign country university. Only 3 of them I could find in Sri Lanka. All of them are gone. All are gone. Canada, Australia, USA, UK, Dubai, gone. Why? I'll show you why. I think I can share my screen. Have I been given the upper? All right, of course, yeah. I did a little survey today morning because I need to talk to you. In my survey, I found out that I just went. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
You can, thank you.
Yes, Mr.
Yeah. Okay. This is a Gulf. Gulf job agency which provides not body job agency. These are multinational companies, right? These multinational companies, you can see a leading construction company in UAE. I'm just not telling the story. I'm just sharing this information. A leading construction company in UAE, Middle East, full time looking for an engineer. Job roles. These job roles. Look at the salary. 8,000 ADE. Requirements: bachelor's degree in civil engineering. Make a civil, electrical, electronics, mechanical, all the same. CAD, design skills, site development, database design, planning, conceptual skills, legal compliance, drafting. These things you will be learning. Look at the salary. 8,000 AD is about 500,000 Sri Lankan rupees. This is the potential. quality of life. Because this HND will take you to a degree, the final stage. We are not giving you an HND. Finally, we are giving you a degree. This is in Dubai. Then where is this? I just did some. Nakuri Gulf is a very popular website which gives you job vacancies. Civil engineer, 3 to 4 years experience, posted 1 day ago. Civil engineer, posted 1 day ago. I'm civil vitara hewe, electrical hewe nae mama. Electrical, mechanical, I didn't. Road construction, civil. Hell of a lot of jobs. Look at the salaries. Huge amount of salaries. This is where quality of life. Right? And then I also saw again, I just pinpoint a company in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. 1 vacancy. Any graduation, engineer, any graduation. Any graduation. Any graduation. Salary make about experienced engineer in Gulf area is about 1 million Sri Lankan salary. Go to this website. Don't go. Look out. Look out for opportunities. Why are we learning? We need to discount our knowledge in the environment and earn money and live a good life. Inspiration you all are 20 years old, just after school. Inspiration. You need to drive a good car. BMW hari, Audi hari, Mercedes hari, on the car drive sports car. How do you buy this? In Sri Lanka, you can't buy this. So that's why people go out. Now look at this. Bachelor of Civil Engineering. Vacancies Bachelor of Technology, Engineering, Civil Engineering Technology. 2 to 3 years. Salary make a ඊට පස්සේ මම බැලුවා මේ මොකද්ද මේ company එක මේක මේ electrical energy company එක in Dubai. They have a lot of vacancies, not only in Middle East, they are present in a lot of countries. එන රටවල් ගොඩක Hydro International electrical පැත්තට බර කට්ටිය. They are all over the place in the world. Canada හැමතැනම ඉන්න කට්ටිය. Canada, Australia හැමතැනම ඉන්න company. මේ වань මේගොල්ලෝ company කොට where they operate. So these are jobs. They need people. This is basically in Australia. Australia, AU, AustraliaTalent.com. Engineer. Look at the salary per year. Look at the salary. 100,000 Aussie dollars. Aussie dollars ලක්ෂයක් කියන්නේ ලංකාවේ සල්ලි වලින් ලක්ෂ 15ක් මාසෙකට. This is the opportunity. මම වෙන subject එකකට මේක පෙන්නන්නේවත් නැහැ මොකද මෙච්චර පඩියක් ගෙවන්නේ නැහැ නේ කාට. If it is a different subject I would not show this statistics. මම මේක පෙන්නන්නේ. For engineering ඉඳන් මම මේක පෙන්නන්නේ. So please remember your scope is here. What you can see on the screen. My screen එක පේන එක තමයි scope එක. So I don't have to tell these things. These are all web statistics I found through the websites. මේ මම කියන ඒවා නෙමෙයි. I am not telling these stories. Yeah. The minimum salary for an engineer is 100,000 in Australia. Canada is more than this. Canada පිට වඩා වැඩි. ලංකාවේ කීයක් ගෙවනවා? Then some students are worried about මේ අපිට engineering council එකේ දෙයිද දන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකේ විභාගය අපි පාස් වෙයිද දන්නේ නැහැ. ඩිග්‍රී ගත්තට පස්සේ. කීයද පඩිය? ලක්ෂ 2-3. වැඩිමුණු. ඒකත් රජයේ engineer කෙනෙක්ගේ පඩිය කීයද? ලක්ෂයයි 2යි. So why are we aiming? මොකටද? ලක්ෂ 2ක්වත් පඩි ගන්න engineers ලංකාවේ නැහැ රජේ. සීනියර් කෙනෙකුට හම්බ දෙකක් තුන. ප්‍රයිවට් සෙක්ටර් එකේ ලක්ෂ 2යි 2.5යි පටි. ඒවත් නම් ඉන්ජිනියරින් කවුන්සිල් ඇප්‍රූවල්ස් මොකුත් අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. ඩිග්‍රිය තිබ්බොත් ගන්නවා ඒක. ඔය මාගා සියරා සන්ටෙන් ඒවා ගන්නවා. they start their salary for trainee engineer 50,000 වගේ පටන් ගන්න. 40,000 50,000 පටන්ගෙන ලක්ෂ 2 වෙනකන් යයි. පඩි. ඉතින් මේ අපේ ultimate goal එක මොකක්ද? What is our ultimate goal? As I told you, to acquire skills, to study the subject, to discount this knowledge in the industry, in the job market, and live a good life. ඒක නෙමෙයි දෝනියක්. For which what we are given you a platform. අපි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට platform එකක් දීලා තියෙනවා. Internationally recognized, Sri Lankan government recognized, internationally recognized, national diploma, and then followed by the degree, bachelor's degree. All students can complete their bachelor's degree in Sri Lanka or overseas. Overseas is expensive. Credit transfer you can do for top-up degrees, Australia, Canada, USA, New Zealand. You can go, but the cost is very high. The cost is very high. So therefore, my dear children, I would say children because you all are 20, 21 years old. You have to set your objective very clear. තමන්ගේ අරමුණ පැහැදිලි වෙන්නයි ඕනේ මෙතන. මම කොහෙද ඉන්නේ දැන්? මම කොහෙටද යන්නේ? මම අවුරුදු 4ක කැපකිරීමක් කරලා මගේ ජීවිතයේ ඉතුරු කාලය ඔක්කොම මම විඳිනවද විඳවනවද කියන. You know, very important. Nah? Look at these norms. I am 20 years old now. Forget what has happened. අමතක කරන්න මේ වෙනකම් වෙච්ච දේ. Whatever has happened is happened. Now I need to focus this 4 years, 2 years HND, another 2 years part-time degree. After 2 years, you can get employed. අපි කියන්නේ සම්පූර්ණයෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න කියලා. While you are studying, ඉගෙන ගන්න ගමන් සතියන්තේ job එකක් කරන්න. මොකද experience හරි වැදගත්. අපේ degree එක ලංකාවේ තියෙන හොඳටම structure කරපු degree එකක් මේ qualification එක. ඇයි මම එහෙම කියන්නේ? මොකද international university එකක් රජයේ ආයතනයක් එක්ක එකතු වෙලා දෙන degree එකක්. Qualification එක. ඒතර බලන්න structuring එක. So අපි මේක හදලා තියෙන්නේ කොහොමද? First 2 years you're going to study, right? Then you get a qualification, HND, go out, industry, start working yourself. Entrepreneur, start working or entrepreneur, right? Then after 2 years, you are continuously going to study, completing your degree. While studying, while working, you study. ඉගෙන ගන්න ගමන් අපි ඩිග්‍රිය කම්ප්ලීට් කරනවා සතියක්. මොකද දැන් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මොකද? අපි NDT කරන ළමයි, HND කරන ළමයි ඇවිල්ලා අපි ළඟ අන්තිම අවුරුදු දෙක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඔගොල්ලොත් එහෙම. මොකද ඒ ළමයි jobs කරන ගමන්. So once you complete this whole thing, that means what? You get employment, foreign employment. මම කියන්නේ ලංකාවේ ඉන්න කියලා. Experience තියෙනවා. Qualification එක තියෙනවා. What do you want? අපි ඉංග්‍රීසි උගන්වනවා. We are trying to teach English. I have told the administrators, I have told the coordinators to take English classes for you all continuously because English is a much needed thing to go out of the country. Australia වේවා, Canada වේවා, UAE වේවා, Dubai වේවා කොහේ වුණත් යන්න අපිට English ඕන. So we need to improve our English. මේ අවුරුදු දෙක තුන හොඳටම ඇති මේක. Forget about the schooling. School ඉංග්‍රීසි බැනුණා කවන්නේ නැහැ. That is forget. So you are not determined to learn English at that time. ඔයගොල්ලොන්ට ඉංග්‍රීසි උගන්වන්න උවමනාවක් තිබෙන්නේ නැහැ එතකොට. දැන් අපිට උවමනාවක් තියෙනවා. අපිට උවමනාවක් තියෙනවා. If you can learn mathematics, if you can learn physics, English is nothing. You can learn English. Right? Only thing is you all were not interested in learning. මේක ඉගෙන ගන්න උවමනාවක් තිබෙන්නේ නැහැ ඒකට. That's all. එහෙම මොකුත් නෙමෙයි. So you can learn this English. ඉංග්‍රීසි කියන්නේ මහා ලොකු ඉංග්‍රීසි අවශ්‍ය නැහැ නේ. එන්ජිනියර් කෙනෙකුට. සාමාන්‍ය ඉංග්‍රීසි. Ordinary English is good enough. But I haven't learned English from anywhere, but I'm talking. ඒ වගේ තමයි. Right? So remember, you have a very clear very clear career opportunity, very clear path, very clear life. Don't mess it up. අතරමඟ පොඩි ගැටලු ප්‍රශ්න එනවා තමයි. මොකද දීර්ඝ කාලයක් නේ අවුරුදු දෙකක් කියන්නේ. අපි කොහොම හරි ඒ කාලය ගත කරන්න ඕන. මේ දවස්වල ප්‍රැක්ටිකල්ස් කරන්න බැරි වෙයි. නමුත් මේ කොවිඩ් එක පොඩ්ඩක් අඩු වෙච්ච ගමන් මම දැන් 30 years above vaccination පටන් ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ 18 years above 12න් පස්සේ උඩ vaccination පටන් ගන්නවා. ඒක ටික ඉවර වුණාම මාස 3-4ක් ගියාට පස්සේ you all can do practicals. You all can come to the respective campus and do practicals. Without practicals, engineering is not practical. පළවෙනි subjects කීපේ මම හිතන්නේ practicals නැතුව ඇති. අනිත් subjects වල practicals තියෙනවා. Right? So remember very carefully. You all are in a good track. Your job opportunities are there all over the place in the world. Engineer කෙනෙකුට, especially in Middle East. In Middle East, they pay a lot of salary for engineers. You don't have to know that much of English also. ඒකට ඉංග්‍රීසි ගොඩක් දැනගන්න අවශ්‍යත් නැහැ. But even if you are looking at Canada, Australia, USA, UK and all, still not a problem. මේක එච්චර ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෙමෙයි. Can do. There is a demand for engineers, good engineers. So please ensure that you do your part, learn properly. We don't want to, just to learn. Be a good professional engineer. Be a good engineer. Practical engineer. Practicals are very important. Right? So we are preparing you for the international market. That's my story. Why we are preparing you for the international market? Because out there, there's a huge demand for good engineers. We need to meet that demand. We need to have a good life. So leaving you in good hands, I would like to conclude myself once again thanking all the faculty members who are present today, who are trying to help you. ගුරුවරයා කියන පුද්ගලයා තාමත් වැදගත් පුද්ගලයෙක් අපේ ජීවිතේ. ගුරුවරුන්ට කරන්න බැරි දේවල් කරන්න තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කියලා දෙන්නේ. With my experience, I would guide another person to be better than me. මමත් ගුරුවරයෙක්. I also take classes. මම පන්තියක් ගන්නවා නම් මම හැම වෙලේම කියලා දෙන්නේ මට වඩා හොඳ තැනක ඉන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. ඒක තමයි ගුරුවරයාගේ කාර්යභාරය. That is ගුරුවරයා. Always don't underestimate. මට මේ lecturing කරන්න එන engineerට පඩිය මෙච්චරයි. ඇයි යාට අච්චර පඩියක් ගන්න බෑ. එයාට දැන් කරන්න බෑ. එයාගේ වයස ගිහිල්ලා ඉවරයි. එයා දැන් කියනවා මම දැන් කියනවා මම එංගලන්තේ ඉඳලා මම ලංකාවට ආපු එක මම රිග්‍රෙට් කරනවා. ඇයි මම ආවේ? දැන් මට යන්න පුළුවන්ද වෙන රටකට? No, I can't. I can, still I can, but why? දැන් මට අමාරුයි. මගේ වයසත්. හැබැයි තරුණයට එහෙම එකක් නෑ. You can go and settle your life in foreign countries. You seek for a good culture. Seek for a good life. Quality of life. මත තියාගන්න වචනේ. මෙන්න මෙතනට යන්න එතනට උදව් කරන්න තමයි මේ ඔක්කොමලා ඉන්නේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ කැපවීම අවශ්‍යයි. අනිත් අය සියලුම දෙනා ගුරුවරු, ලෙක්චරර්ස්ලා, ඇඩ්මිනිස්ට්‍රේටර්ස්ලා ඔක්කොමලා ඉන්නේ උදව් කරන්න. So I once again would like to thank Mr. Udaya and his team, Ms. Vinushi, the coordinator, and also Mr. Tariq, the course coordinator and program coordinator, Ms. Vinushi, all of them for putting up this wonderful moment. And also would like to congratulate the students who are joining from Colombo, attached to North Shore, and also students who are joining from Kandy, attached to First Friends campus. But all these are our students. All with same equality will be treated. Kisi kenekuta addu wedi practicals, addu wedi lecture inne okkom එක පන්තියේ ඉන්නේ virtually. So all will be getting similar treatment in this capacity. And I was made to understand some professionals who are joined to follow our HND program. senior people in the industry. I also congratulate them because learning will never stop. ඉගෙනීම කියන එක කවදාවත් නවතින එකක් නෙමෙයි. අපේ අවශ්‍යතාවයට අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. එතනින් එහාට ජීවිතේ හොඳ පැත්තක් පේනකොට. Thank you very much. And I leave you to the administrators to carry forward. I think I have taken 5 minutes more than I was permitted. Hope that would not make any big harm at the final result. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rashan, for the valuable information. Now I would like to invite Mr. Buddhika, the past pupil of North Shore campus, and now the lecturer of Civil Engineering Department, to give an introduction about the engineering course structure.
Hello, good morning to everyone. I would like to welcome all the students to the engineering school. Welcome to the HND program. Like previously said, I'm a former student of North Shore also, but I'm not here for the union meetings. I just want to give a quick introduction and basic questions you might have about the program, just to answer those things and lay the foundation just to start first semester starting from tomorrow. So just basic brief introduction for the engineering program. For the HND, we have civil, electrical, and mechanical. So we have 3 groups. This is a 2 years program. We have 4 semesters. 4 semesters means we have 6 months per semester. 6 into 4, 24 months. That's how it become 2 years. Out of 6 months, you're going to study roughly 4 months, and you're going to have 1 month vacation, and there's another 1 month for the exams and practicals. And the exams probably going to schedule for the last week. At the moment, we're thinking to give you physical exams. Like physical means like you're going to answer paper basics exam, not a computer or online basics exam for the last final exam. So we believe this fluid situation is going to solve, and in the end, the students can start learning at the university at the normal classrooms. For the midterm exam, we plan to give it online. So because with the situation, we're not very sure that this thing is going to go away very quickly. So just in case, we're ready for giving the physical on-class education, but in case if we couldn't do that, the midterm exam might go online. But for the final exam, we definitely going to do it at the class level. That's the basic plan for the HND program. This program going to deliver by Lincoln and the Sri Lankan Foundation Institute. So you can visit both those web pages just to get a brief idea what type of institutions this collaboration done with the North Shore. So I'm not going to give more information about that. I just want to get into the actual part that we're going to study upcoming couple of months. We have 5 centers. North Shore is the Colombo branch. We have Jaffna, Kandy, and etc. For the civil, I believe we have some students coming from Kandy also, and most of the students coming from Colombo branch, North Shore. So I would like to welcome everyone. Like previously said, we're not like dividing students to the branches. The curriculum, all the practicals and everything, we try to deliver it equally and educate everyone equally. So there's no any difference which branch you're coming from. It doesn't matter. Even for the survey, we try to we plan to bring everyone to the Colombo branch and have a survey camp. Those things a little bit later. So at the beginning, we try to stick into the theory part, but practical and the exams, we're going to deliver at the end of the program. I'm delivering the surveying and structures for the HND and the transportation engineering for the top-up degree. When we design the course delivery, specifically design it for thinking about this situation in the country. So you're not going to miss anything. for the example, for the survey, we're going to do the basic concepts at the very beginning. So when the situation is when the situation is got better with the time, we're going to do the practical parts, equipment, field methods, and etc. So we thought about this thing, and you're not going to hang or you're not going to strangled with this situation, because the lecture panel, they already know there's a situation, and we have seen what happens to the other countries. Sri Lanka impacted a little bit later with the COVID. United States, that's where I learned. So we had huge problems in that time. So we have some sort of idea what might happen, what we have to face in future. So when we designed the curriculum, we thought about that. So when you're in safe hand, like I said, we're going to deliver the theories first. And when it comes to practicals, we're not going to ask you to do practicals by yourself, or we're not going to deliver video files or through online systems. We're going to do it at the university using real equipments, especially for the surveying, drawing, and the CADs we can do online still, but we try to bring you for the CADs and GIS parts also. So that's what we do. So it's not like a general curriculum or something like that. It's not coming from book, or it's not a previous curriculum. I by myself, I personally switch those modules here and there just to fit the current situation and give the good idea, good knowledge to you. That's what we did. So you don't have to worry about the COVID. If you have a good internet facility and a computer, I would say, if you could, please get a computer, not a mobile phone, for the lectures. And if it is a dual screen, that'll be pretty helpful. I know it's basically depend on the financial situation, but if you can get a used computer, dual screen, it's going to help you tremendously, because it's easy. You can listen to a video file, and at the same time you can browse, or you can start typing. You can write something down pretty quickly instead of writing down in a book and going back to video file is going to make problems. So with the time, you're going to get used to this situation. It's easier than writing notes on a book, because anytime with a mobile phone, with a tablet, you can access those information very quickly. The stuff I studied in the master's level, I still have those notes with me, because I use an iPad. I didn't use a normal papers to write down my notes. So you're going to get used to this situation. It's actually in your favor, because the other countries, like the previously said, they're kind of ahead of the advance of the technical and the computer knowledge. So those countries, they're already using tablets and iPads, everything. So Zoom is not a new thing for United States or Australia or Canada, but in Sri Lanka, it is kind of new thing. Right now, people are getting used to that, and it's just another tool. But when you have years of knowledge using the same tools and the knowledge, you're going to be like superior when you go outside for the field, because you already know. You don't have to hesitate. You don't have to feel embarrassed or anything. You can start like quickly as possible. So the other people, when they're wasting time, hesitating, doubting themselves, you already know the new technology. You already heard about that. And easy to work. And since you have most of these things online, you can access them very fast. With this new trend, we don't use closed books, because the knowledge is everywhere. It's freely accessible. So if you know the access, you can get it pretty quickly. That's the idea of internet. So if you know something, if you know where to find it, that's good enough. That's how we worked actually. I worked like a year and a half in United States, and I studied 3 years for my master's over there. So in the government school and the government university in Sri Lanka, they kind of questioning why these people like web surfing, why they're like doing open book exams. Engineering is not like a closed or concealed technology. It's it's evolving, continuously evolving, and it's a new tech or new knowledge. It's always upgrading itself, updating by itself. So having internet connection is good. So we try to deliver that new knowledge. Sri Lanka is kind of, I would say, like 20 years back from the technology we have in the United States. But we're getting over there this time. Asia is kind of a little bit behind. India is good, but Sri Lanka is still kind of hesitating to access new technology, kind of hesitating to get hands dirty a little bit about using new stuff. So we tried in my lectures, at least I'm trying to give you that opportunity to know that there's something a little bit different outside in the world we know in Sri Lanka. There's more things to learn. Civil engineering is not a one textbook. It is evolving. There are a ton of web pages outside, a lot of people uploading YouTube videos. They're really good, but you need to know the foundations, the basics. Then you can filter out the incorrect data. So this is what we're doing. So in the HND level, I'm also an NDT student. I did my NDT first, then I did my PEng, my bachelor's degree with North Shore. At that time, North Shore just started, and the curriculum was good. We had lab facilities, and we had clubs also. And after that, I applied for my master's in the United States. So there was no any questions they asked, like the Engineering Council in Sri Lanka, IESL. They didn't ask those questions because the university is accredited. The program they offered is accredited, is recognized by the international accreditation bodies. So they didn't ask. I had the correct amount of credit hours. I had the correct amount of GPA. We call it over here in second class, upper first class. That's the British standard. We're using the British standard in Sri Lanka also. But in the United States, in the Western countries, they use GPA. So they converted it basically, and they evaluated it. And there was no any questions about the degree. They didn't say, "Oh, you studied in Sri Lanka, but it's a foreign degree." No, they didn't say that. They just checked the grades. They checked whether the university is accredited. That's all. And I had the knowledge. That's not a problem because I learned it. And this transition was smooth. There are a lot of lecture panels in the North Shore. They're coming from different backgrounds. Most of them come from foreign education also. So they studied and they worked over there. So they saw the trend, the opportunity, the possibility that the people in Sri Lanka can do if they have that opportunity. So that's what we try to do. So we try to give you the new and the correct path to follow. If you could keep the pace, I can guarantee that everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be okay. When I was doing my NDT, I didn't think about doing a master's or nothing because everyone said, "Oh, geez, you're doing NDT. Okay, you're not a BSc engineer." Oh my God. That's what they said, but it's not true. When I was at the sites, there's BSc engineers, and I didn't see any difference. They just don't work. They just show up. This is just a scientific degree. So NDT or HND is more like technical side. They're talking about how to get things done instead of how to plan or how to write things down. So with time, you can do. If you know how to do something, you can learn the theories little by little. You don't need to learn theory A to Z and do something after that. You can start doing something. That's how kids learn. That's how all the children learn. First they look at their parents. After that, they try that. And with the time, they're going to learn what is the meaning behind those stuff. So it's the same thing. That's how we can learn. That's how you can learn new language also. You don't need to learn grammar first. You just need to start somewhere. Just watch movies. That's how I studied English. I watch movies with subtitles, without subtitles. I don't know, multiple times. I watched Harry Potter, I don't know, 5-6 times, I guess, just to understand how they pronounce and just to feel the pronunciation. So then it became part of your day-to-day activity. So I just want to give those information because you don't think a little bit little yourself, because you have a huge potential. You just need to understand how to hone that skill and deliver something good to the society, at the same time uplift your lifestyle. So in the upcoming semesters, the first semester we plan the way I told you, not entire semester, but most of the parts. In the first semester, we try to keep things for the online to give you basic ideas, concepts, and everything. Electrical and the mechanical students, they're going to learn common subjects Civil engineering students, they have a couple of common subjects. They're going to learn those things with their fellow students, electrical and mechanical. But civil, they're going to have surveying and structures. I'm going to deliver those two. I kind of took my liberty to shuffle those modules a little bit, just to keep you interested and try to give you some idea. We're not going to do any, like, we're not going to design a house in the first day, but you're definitely going to learn what is structures. Structures is like a fancy word. And what is serving? Serving is another fancy word. It's just measuring angles and distance. That's all. Just that's how much is simple serving is. They just put stuff or to make it like look like complicated, but it's not actually complicated subjects. So I've tried to give it like short and sweet, the stuff you need to know, then you can develop the extra knowledge on top of the base. It's like constructing a house. You're not going to build AC first, or you're not going to build the ducts first. You just need to have a better foundation. If you have a little bit weaker background, then you need to gather more information. You need to self-study. You need to try yourself, because no one can give you the knowledge. No one can. You need to absorb it. I'm a Buddhist. In Buddhist language, saying Buddhist culture is saying that I can't give you the enlightenment. You need to find it by yourself. You need to understand that. So we're going to show you the path. We're going to give you the correct tools. I'm going to share my experiences because I start like you. It's not HND, but it's a diploma. That's how I started. And eventually I kind of graduated myself, and probably I'm not going to stick with my master's these days. I'm kind of studying a bit more. One day I might go for the PhD and my MBA. You need to keep evolving, because in the Sri Lankan situation, if you have your BSc, you're done pretty much. Just thinking, okay, I have the BSc and I'm good, I'm engineer. But no, you need to go with the world. When you're upgrading yourself, the other people, they just behind you. No one asking I have an NDT or not, because I already have a master's and I earn it from another country, so they can't tell me anything. Basically, when I go to a site, you can become like that. You can have good self-esteem with the time. You can surpass the other people, your colleagues, so pretty easily if you willing to work a little bit more. Yeah, I worked a little bit harder, but at this time it's kind of giving me the fruits. The seeds I planted that time is giving me fruits. Because today I was able to start my own company, and now I'm teaching also. Just want to help the future students and share my knowledge. So these things just need to spend like, I don't know, like 5 years or 6 years of your life, then it's going to be like after it's easy. But if you started it later, like 40 or something, then you don't have enough time. So right now it's like a nice place. You can start. 20 is good. Learn a little bit about investments, financial freedom. There's a scheme called FIRE. It's basically how to save retirement, how to get an early retirement. You can do those stuff. Those things we didn't. I never heard about those stuff at the very beginning, but we try to give those ideas apart from the actual engineering subjects. I try to share those things because I just want to see that when I go outside, when I see North Shore students, I know that guy have the best equipment with him, best tools. That this guy is going to deliver the job nicely and perfectly, and he knows his stuff. That's what I want to see. It's not just another engineering student, but it's a North Shore students. That's what we want to do. We want to have a good brand. That's the target when we are reshuffling, remaking those curriculums. That's what I thought. Do a little bit more compared to the other people in the society. Then you're going to be golden. That's the idea. So you're going to have 4 months studies, 1 month in exam and a practical, and 1 month gap between the semesters. The gap is a vacation. You're going to refresh yourself, or you can study. That's what I did. I basically study for the next semester, or you can cool down a little bit. So it's just giving you opportunity to recharge, because otherwise the system we have over here is not very good. It's kind of killing your creativity. I don't see the benefit. Engineer who don't have creativity or imagination is basically just a guy who can write down equations. So use this time, join to a club, join to a some sort of games in the university, and develop your social skills also. We have multiple opportunities over there. Just join to those groups and get to know a lot of people. Networking is important. When you go outside for looking for a job, you're going to be like surprised. It depends basically how many people you're going to know. If you have a very good education background, still you need to know a lot of people, because pretty much everyone these days coming out from the universities, they have a very impressive educational background. Basically, pretty much everyone have the same thing. So to be unique, you have to do a little bit extra. It doesn't make sense. If you have HND, you're going to have a job, but getting a job going to be super easy if you network a little bit. Just to network with your own colleagues and the other people outside the school, the entrepreneurs, managers, and the people who are actually working outside of the university. So we're going to do that. Actually, we're planning to bring a couple of guest lectures for each module, and give you some idea, experience, what's going on outside of these walls. Are we actually using all the equations we use in this class? No, the answer is no. But you're going to have some idea what's happening outside. So you can start networking with them. You can ask questions. When I'm working outside, I like to talk to new people. I like to share my ideas. I like to show what I'm doing. So it's true for most of the engineers outside. They like to share the knowledge. So we are arranging that for you. So you can start networking. You can start going to site visits after this pandemic is over. When it's come to the bearable level, we're going to do the site visits, and the guest lectures, they're going to do it online. It doesn't matter. But for the site visits, we're going to start as soon as possible. When I'm studying in Sri Lanka, we did like multiple site visits at the NDT. So I think it's very beneficial. So I'm going to use the same thing in the United States. Also, a lot of times they're giving the chance to blend with the outside world, outside workforce. Then you're going to have networking chances, and you're going to see actually what is the usage of things you're learning. Because if I'm going to tell you this is what we're doing, it doesn't make sense. You need to see what is the application. So the application is outside. So we're going to give you that opportunity. A lot of students, they just blindly go outside and see, they just call a field visit, but they're not going to know the link between the theory and the applications. So we try to fill that gap. We're going to explain you a little bit more what is happening, and they will going to explain back to you. So when we're arranging those field visits and the guest lectures, we personally going to talk to them, and we're going to give you them some sort of a structure. This is actually we want to tell for these students, so they're going to explain it a little bit more to best match the things you learn at the university. About the English, like previously said, you don't have to worry. I'm not an English speaking person at the very beginning. I'm born like a Sri Lankan, a Sinhala speaking student. But with time, you can advance your skills. It's just nothing. English is not the knowledge. It's the source for the knowledge. If you can speak and if you can read English, you can have access to the up-to-date knowledge, because everything these days published in English and Chinese. So this is a key for the knowledge. It's not the knowledge by itself. So English is just a language, and you don't need to have better language skill to understand, because this is not an English literature class. You just need to have basic minimum requirements just to understand the concept they are saying in the English papers and the textbooks. So it takes time. Just give it time a little bit, and you're going to build your vocabulary very quickly with the lectures we are delivering at the university. All the lectures I'm delivering, I'm going to use English, but I'm not going to get offended if you ask something from Sinhala. I couldn't speak Tamil. I wish I could, but I try to keep very casual environment when we're delivering the lectures. Not going to have like a very strict policy about the English language. You can ask questions from any language. And when I'm studying, when I couldn't read the textbooks, I use dictionaries. And later, when I'm doing my master's, I used Google Translator, because there are still some words at the moment also. There are some words outside we don't know, even for the native speakers. Sometimes they even don't know the meaning of those words, because it's not very commonly used language. Sometimes you just need like, I don't know, like if you have like a 3,000 word vocabulary, it's pretty much enough to work with the normal society, because you just need to communicate with the fellow people and get the job done. So if you can do a physics, mathematics, and chemistry, basically you are intelligent. English is just paving the path to communicate with the outside world. Since we have 23 million Sinhala speaking people in Sri Lanka, and the outside we have 7 billion people who can at least understand English, not entire 7 billion, but majority. So it's like a very vast number of people outside. So English is the best way to have a grip. That's it. It's just another tool giving you a path to communicate to the outside speakers. That's all. So give it a time and be positive. If someone said to you that you can't do this thing, that's probably not true. That's probably true for him or her. That's why they're saying it, because they're talking about their experiences, and that's not true for you. That's the thing, because when I'm trying to do my master's, they basically told me it's really tough to go to United States. Actually, it's not very tough. You just need to know the correct path. That's all. So when you are ready, we are here to help you. So if you think it's best to go outside, you can go there. You can find scholarships. You don't have to spend your money. I didn't spend my money. I just go there with a scholarship. You can find it. The people in Sri Lanka, they're very intelligent, but they just don't know that. That's the problem. So we try to help you to fill the gap between the education system we have, which is, I don't know, like 40 years, 50 years old system, to the current trend in the outside world, the way, the art of learning. So we try to help you to fill the gap. And like previously said, the salary scale is really bad in Sri Lanka. That's why I started my own company, because I don't want to work for the other people, because they're also looking for the jobs and they're giving for the people like me. So why should I work underneath someone, since I can start my own company? So that's what I did. So one day you will decide to be a manager by yourself, be an entrepreneur. You can do that. You just need to have imagination. That's all. Everything is possible. The last step, I just need to talk about the foundation we have. The students who have just 2 passes, they need to do the foundation courses, and the foundation course is going to start after a week from now. On Monday, we're not going to start foundation courses. We're going to start them after 1 week, and those courses going to run parallel with the main major subjects. So you're not going to lose any time over there. And try to pay a little bit more attention for those foundation courses. The students who's doing those things going to help you. You don't want to put extra burden. And I don't believe who have good A-level results or O-level results will perform in the future. It basically depends on the attitude and the things you want to do with your life. I get into the NDT after doing my second trial, or the second try. So if you work hard, there's nothing going to hinder your development. The past is just past. So just get this opportunity, get it done correctly. Don't borrow your friends' courseworks or anything. Just do it by yourself. If you're going to get 10 marks out of 100, but at least this is your 10 marks. It's not someone else. You can start developing from there. I got 5 marks sometimes very early, like grade 6 or something out of 100. So I was hugely embarrassed, and I worked like hell. I worked really hard because it's so shameful, but if you work hard, you can start developing. You have the same brain, same neuron connections the other people have. You might have some luck if your parents coming from engineering or scientific area, they already have those brain synapses developed in their brain. So sometimes genetically those things can pass, but recent studies showing that you can even write down your own DNA codes. So it's called epigenetics. You can Google about that. So there's nothing basically stopping you. You just need to um, get into the game and work hard. So just want to tell you that don't borrow the courses, because when I'm checking like 14, 20, 50, 60, when I'm doing my TA, I did like 100, 120 courseworks per week. Check a bunch of courseworks, exams when I'm doing my masters. And I taught those students also. So we're going to see the patterns. If you borrow something, I'm definitely going to see that, because it's just same thing, little bit different, couple of numbers change, but the same mistakes, same grammar mistakes, same numerical mistakes. So it's very obvious. So try to be like unique instead of like a copycat or like a replacement, because don't allow yourself look bad in outside world. If you don't know something, just ask. We can help you. That's why we're here. So just ask good questions. First try by yourself, then ask the questions. To ask the questions, you should know what you don't know. So try yourself first, then ask the questions, then we can better help you. So that's the best thing I can tell about the course, because a lot of students try to do one assignment, one coursework. That's not going to help you. Sometimes the even the lecturers sometimes let it go. I usually don't. A little bit strict with that kind of situation. If you're going to get 25 marks or something, I'll probably give you another 5 marks, 2 or 10 marks to get you into the passing grades. But if you're copying, probably not going to help you little, not much. Try to teach you a lesson. So it's pretty much the same situation when you go outside for the society. You just need to be unique. You just need to be yourself to have good opportunities and a good future. If you like doing the same thing, then you have to join to a union. Otherwise, you can't keep your job security very high, because you can easily kick out from the organizations because the other people don't need you, because they can easily replace you. So the best way to have a union, just to keep your job security like maximum. That's what we're doing over here in Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, a lot of people just they don't need for those agencies or the institutions. They just existing over there. It's not good. That's about the foundation. So just pay a little bit more attention. And about the WhatsApp group, we already created a HND WhatsApp group. So a lot of updates, course related updates, and the probably in the end of the program, we'll probably share some job opportunities also over there. So please check that time to time, because it is easy and faster compared to sending an email. This 2-year program, and the end of the 2-year program, we're going to have implant training. It's like a 6 month. In these 6 months, you're going to have you're going to expose yourself to the actual world, actual working world. With this time, like the end of the 2 years, you need to submit your projects. After the submission of the projects, and when you're done with your final exams, then only you're going to get the chance for going outside for the implant training. So after second semester, I would say a little bit proactive about the projects. We're going to help you. We're going to provide you a supervisor, advisor, going to guide you about how to write down a proposal and how to do a research, how to write down bibliography. Those things we're going to teach you. Those are not very complicated things, but you need to generate your own idea or area of knowledge you like to discover a little bit more. So think about that a little bit. You don't have to have like a very unique idea because you're not going for the Nobel Prize over here, but try to be like independent, try to see the world freely. And if you can pick a topic, just start it right now. Just pick it up and think about that a little bit. When the time is ready, you're already ready for the proposal. So you don't have to kill the time or just you don't have to wonder about what you need to do. So that's my advice about the project. You still have like a semester, but just think about what you like to do. If you're coming from a different field, if you're coming from biological scheme, if you're not a mathematical student or physical student, then try to mix those things together if you like. There are certain applications related to civil engineering still, some applications coming from the biological scheme. For example, I did research about AFM, atomic force microscopy. This is equipment related to biological side, but we use that thing to scan the spore samples in the nano level. So I'm not saying that you need to be like have like a super scientific project. I'm not saying that, but I'm thinking like go outside, think a little bit, use Google Scholar. You can find ton of articles previously written by other people about the same topic sometimes. Don't copy it, but you can reference it. And when you reference it, just say that. So those things we're going to teach you how to get other people's ideas, but it's still you're going to give the credit for them. Then it's not going to say you plagiarize or you steal those people's ideas. It's just basically referring. So it's going to be fun. At the same time, you're going to have good experience about the new technology and new knowledge outside. And if you did it very nicely, if you put a little bit extra effort, you can use the same project for the bachelor's degree. For the top-up degree, it's 18-month investment. I would say it's more wise to do that. Doing a bachelor's degree over here in Sri Lanka. First thing, it is affordable compared to the degrees offered in the foreign countries. It's a fraction of the amount you're going to spend. And the university is accredited. And the curriculum is good and the lecture panel is good. If you check the brochure we shared with you previously, pretty much everyone have masters and PhDs. So those people, they didn't purchase those stuff, they earn those things. So if you're coming from a private university, if you're coming from a government university, it doesn't make sense. Everyone needs to work for their education. Only thing, the approach is different. And the people who have just like monotonous level of education, they think the rest of the world is fake, but that's their problem. The rest of the world is the world actually. Just like 22 million people talking about IESL membership. It's just for the 22 million people, but if you go outside, there's another membership called ACE, American Society of Civil Engineers. They offer those things if you fulfill their requirements. It's not a magic. So there are certain another opportunities outside. Another one is ICE. It's coming from UK. It's another membership. We're going to help you to get the ICE. It's a student membership. When you graduated, when you did your undergraduate, you can get into the associate membership. Having a membership is good, but it's not very critical. But having a good membership is going to shine your curriculum vitae or the resume when you apply for the job, because we're going to get into a closed group who have similar type of interest. And when you're in the membership, they're going to share those job opportunities, career development programs, and sometimes you have free access to those materials. And sometimes you're going to get reduced prices for the textbooks and some equipment you're purchasing future in case if you're doing that. But it's always best to have a couple of memberships. Double ISL, another thing. Double ISL is offered in Sri Lankan Institute. You can apply for that one with the HND. It's for the NDTs, HNDs, and even for when you have undergraduate, you can get your membership from there also. ISL is a question, is the elephant in the room, but it's not very critical. Right now, I have my master's, and when I'm completing my master's, I did a couple of subjects related to my PhD also. I didn't finish my PhD, but I took 800 level classes. When someday when I go to the same university, I can transfer those credits to my PhD level. But I don't have my ISL. It doesn't hinder my development because I'm not taking the same approach the other people are taking. I'm not like crying, or I'm not like saying, oh, I don't have ISL, so I can't do this thing. It's not true. If you don't have ISL, you can't go to the government. You can't do a government engineering job. It's tough. But if you have ISL, then you can go there. That's it. But for the private sector, the international, they don't even know what is ISL. If you have AC, that's for the United States and Canada, you're golden. And even if you have AC, it's still not enough. You need to get FP, Fundamental of Engineering license, and PE, Professional Engineering license for the Canada and United States. Those are just exams. So if you have a bachelor's degree, it is open for everyone. It's just another computer-based exam you can pass. It's just evaluating the knowledge you have. If you fail, you can retry it. You can try 4 times a year until you pass the exam. You can keep trying. But pretty much everyone with the first attempt, they should take the FE. It's easy. Even the Sri Lankan students who have ISL, my friends in the United States, they still have to do that thing because they don't recognize that membership over there. In Sri Lanka, yes, we kind of have some sort of recognition. But again, if you don't have it, don't worry. But don't wait also. There are all sort of memberships and accredited bodies outside from Sri Lanka. They're accrediting these degrees. Even ISL, they are following the Washington Accord. If you get a foreign degree, the degree I took is a bit accredited. It's basically accredited by the Washington Accord. And it's just another end of this same story. The only thing we are not giving you the letter saying that this guy have proper engineering knowledge and a background who can become an associate member. So we're kind of working with ISL also to get a scale. What are the marks you're going to give for 4 years engineering degree? If it is a government degree, how much you're going to give? Or if it's a private degree, how much you're going to give for that? And what type of experience you're looking for? Those kind of things, they're still under a discussion. With the B.Eng degree, the degree I had, they offered affiliated membership from the ISL after doing 3 subjects. So I hope they might have a better way to evaluate, but at the moment, that's the situation. So you can get the affiliated membership with the top-up degree, but I don't know with my master's or if I do my PhD, I still don't know. They're going to give it to me or I don't care at this moment because right now I'm hiring people, I'm not working under anyone else. So it's just another thing. It's just like another jewelry you can wear for the functions. But if you don't have it, you can purchase or you can get better jewelries, better memberships thrown off outside. You just need to work harder. Just need to know the paths. So we can help you to achieve the success. You just need to follow it. So the other 2 I want to mention is about the masters and the PhD programs. North Shore also offering 2 years masters and 3 to 4 years PhD. These things also collaborated with the mother university, Lincoln, and you can exchange with those universities also. Like you can do part over here in Sri Lanka, and you can go to the foreign country and complete the rest of the pieces missing from the foreign country. So it's pretty much flexible, and if you need to settle down, you can settle down in the foreign country. United States is a bit tougher, but Canada is easy. If you are doing if you have HND, and it's pretty much enough sometimes. You just need to have English knowledge, English background, IELTS, but you can develop those things later. So So this is like another door for tremendous opportunities. So take your first steps very, I would say, very cautiously. Don't fall for the fake ideas or fake assumptions that the people are spreading. You just need to have proper knowledge, proper degree, proper accredited degree, but the rest is based on you. If you want to go to other country, you need to find it. No one will going to come to your home and tell, oh, you can go there. This is your visa. They're not going to say that. You just need to find it. You just need to find out what are the requirements. Then you need to fulfill those things. Then going over there is nothing. For Canada, it's super easy. I have like 10 years visa to go there. You just need to read their web page. You don't need to go to an agency or agent or someone else. Everything's mentioned over there. Just read it. They're saying, oh, we need this type of engineers, this much of years of experience, this kind of English background. Just read it. There's an online tool. You can evaluate by yourself and you can see how many marks you need. Then you can start fulfilling that. Sometimes when you are done, those things might change, but still you have something very valuable. So sometimes when you're done with your degrees, you might think Sri Lanka is the best place to start your own business, because none of them willing to start their own business. They just like to work underneath someone else. That's the education system we have. Pretty much everything we need to tell the other people to do. They don't think. So in that scenario, Sri Lanka is the best place to start a new company. But even in United States, Canada, those are good to work. For entry-level engineer, they gave us 60,000 per year, US dollars. That's the amount they paid to me when I'm working as an entry-level engineer. It's a good salary, and it doesn't mean that I'm going to have like 5,000 or like 10,000, 5,000, 6,000 US dollars per month. They're going to deduct tax, like 32% tax for the state I lived. I lived in Minnesota. So they're going to deduct that tax, 32 out from the 100, and living cost. Usually for a haircut, it costs $25 for a haircut. The insurance, those are expensive. And the dental plans, vision plans, those are expensive, and the housing. So the bulk you're going to spend for your own happiness, and the savings is not going to be much. It depends how much you are like good with savings and how much you're good with investments. Then you can have a good life, but it's like comparatively, the economy over here and the way you spend money in the United States is going to pretty much balance out sometimes. You're not going to save a lot of money. You're going to earn big and you're going to spend big, but buying a car, having a proper life is easy there. There's no any political influences or something like that. You can live peacefully over there. That's about the foreign experiences. So this is like a tilting point. Just pay a little bit more attention, get the job done correctly, get your HND properly, and then get your binge and think about what you actually need to do with your life. Sometimes you might think living happily is the best thing instead of living a materialistic life. Then you don't need a lot of cash. You just need to be happy with whatever you have. And in Sri Lanka, it's a pretty cheap country. You don't need to have a ton of money to live if you know how to invest and how to do FD or how to get a land or something. You can generate enough income to live without doing actual job. Actual job means like 8 to 5 job. You don't need to do that. Just the money generating by your business is going to be enough to have to buy your freedom. But the beginning, you need to work a little bit hard to go over there. So if you do it right now, since you are right now 20, maybe 20 or a little bit 21, 22. So this is the best time. If you invest next 10 years, you can retire, I don't know, like 42, 50, something like that. Not 50, probably 42 something. You can retire. You don't need to work after that. You just need to find out proper way to have a income generating method. That's all. So then when you're sleeping, also that method is going to generate income. So target a little bit ahead of the time. If you want to go to the moon, target for the stars. then you can end up in the moon sometimes. So always do a little bit more, then life is easy. You don't need to do the things the other people do. Just think a little bit differently. Always check what other people in the outside of the country, what are they doing. So if we check what's happening in the other countries at the very beginning of the COVID, we're going to learn these things. Because United States, when I'm coming to Sri Lanka back in February, they had like 4,000 to 5,000 people dying pretty much every day. Now the situation is getting bad over here. It's a different variant, but it's still the same scenario. We need to do social distancing and everything. They did that, and they did case studies. I don't know the authorities check those things or not, but those things happen for the other countries. So since we are kind of behind, it's a good chance that we can basically check what's happening in the other world and other countries and bring those new ideas, technologies to this country and start developing. So that's a good chance. That's something I'm seeing in Sri Lanka, since we are kind of behind. Like a ton of opportunities people didn't even think to tap. So yeah, think a little bit, read a little bit more, check news, check engineering new approaches, and be a guy who can talk at least 15 minutes about any given subject basically. It takes time, but you can do it. Not any subject, but at least the subjects related to you. So then it doesn't matter which degree or which background you're coming from, because basically the words you are speaking going to answer about all those questions the other people have. So I wish you good luck about the future endeavors, and I'm going to be there with you. And you can text me from WhatsApp group if you have any questions about the education, the approach you are taking. If you have new suggestions about the courseworks or the subjects you are doing, I'm pretty much open for those suggestions, and I try to tailor out something that's going to fulfill the needs of the students. So if you think something needs to be changed, if you think we need to add something a little bit different to the curriculum, there's certain margin that we can do that thing. And in the upcoming years, sometimes we can fully develop those ideas and integrated those things to the new curriculums, because we don't have a fixed curriculum. I don't like to have fixed curriculums. Our curriculum is dynamic. I would like to say that at least my curriculum is dynamic, because every year, every month, there's new things outside. So I don't see why we need to teach logbooks or something like that. It's like a lame example, but when I'm doing A-levels, we had to do logbooks. I think it's still students using that, but there's scientific calculators, programmable calculators. You just need to use these things because the entire world is using that. So why you need to use the old methods, time consuming and very prone to mistakes. So I like to have the new technologies and the new approaches. So I'm trying to give those things to you also. So if you have some suggestions about the course notes or the way I'm delivering my lectures, please feel free to give good critique suggestions. I'm not going to get offended. I don't have any grudges or anything with anyone. So if you think something is need to change, or if you think something can do better, I like to hear those things. I like to develop myself. And in the same time, when I see something, I'm definitely going to tell you personally. Probably I'm not going to like damage self-esteem in front of other people. So I'm going to try to be approached a little bit like individually for my students, and tell them what they need to do and how they can do those things and how to achieve their target. So I can vouch for everyone in that scenario. Pretty much all the lecture panel in North Shore, they want to help you to be successful, because our time kind of over. Not actually over, but it's getting over. So you're the new generation. So we try to pass the ball or the knowledge or the opportunities we couldn't have sometimes, or we already have. Just need to give those things to you. Then you can develop those stuff. You can develop this country someday, somehow, or you can develop your own life and pass the opportunities and the responsibilities for the next generation. So that's the idea. Even when I was a student over there, I'm not sure, back in 2014, I believe, 14 or 15. That's what happened. It's pretty much relaxed. When I'm doing my NDT, University of Morocco, a little bit tense, the situation. The professors and lecturers, they think a little bit higher about their PhDs or their masters. But in North Shore, pretty much relaxed. I would also open. I don't have to brag about my education because I already have it properly and perfectly. So the MSc or my BEng, those are just letters. And one day when I have my PhD, that's something just kind of saying this guy is good with some certain area, doing a skillful researchers. That's all. It doesn't say that this guy is enlightened or this guy have like a superpowers or something like that. It doesn't say that. So pretty much in North Shore, they're like that. We're not thinking about the positions. We just want to give you the best and the best chances and the opportunities we have. So I wish you good luck. And if you have more questions, you can text me directly from the HND group. My name is Buddhika Rajapaksha. And we will share my contact details in the group also, because I think right now it is not saying my name, it's just my phone number over there. So I will share my contact details in the WhatsApp group also. And you can also reach to Mr. Tariq, is the program coordinator, and Ms. Vinushi. So they know about the administration part, and they can help you about those foundation level courses and application level things, and they can also help you about the academic related stuff. They can at least point you to the right direction. Everyone can point out because they're knowledgeable. They didn't just came to this lecture panel just from like a favor from a politician or something like that. They came for those lecture panel by their hard working. So everyone, they're qualified, so they can help you. So just ask the correct question. Sometimes you just need to dig it a little bit. You just need to understand actually what you want to know. Then it's easy to get those answers. So we are over here just waiting, and we try to help you. So I just want to wish you like good luck in the future years. Don't give up just after the HND. Just try a little bit. Just go for the BEng. Don't stop over there, because most of the people just stop there with their bachelors. Just do a little bit. Get a master's or do another certificate level course or do an MBA. Is going to give you like it's going to open more doors for you in the future. And you're going to think about life a little bit differently. When you're doing your masters, you might think about the material life, but when you're doing the PhD, you're going to think a little bit deeper, and you might going to think about the happiness of life. So let the brain evolve, and you're going to see the world a little bit differently. And you might be the awkward person in the room, but I can guarantee you that you're going to be the happiest guy or the girl in that room, because other people, they just in a rat race. So just try to free yourself, then life is good. So yeah, good luck. So back to Vinushi.
Thank you, Mr. Buddhika, for addressing our freshers and sharing some high valid information with them. Now I would like to invite Mr. Kure, the lecturer of Mechanical Engineering Department, to give an introduction about the mechanical engineering and other information. Mr. Kure.
Yeah. I think you all can hear me as well as you all can see me. Now I'm going to join you all as the lecturer in HND program in mechanical engineering area, and my subjects would be thermodynamics and fluid mechanics, mechanics of fluids. So let me first talk to you, give you a very brief introduction about mechanical engineering. Now, as you all know, engineering is a very vast area, and due to that large spreading of it is being divided into certain areas of specialization. Now, for an example, there is a area called marine engineering, where we are concerning about the sea-going vessels. And again, marine engineering gets divided into two areas. That is the propulsion or power generating area and the structural area, marine architectural area, the ship hull side, the body of a ship. Now, that area is also part and parcel of mechanical engineering. Then another area is aeronautical engineering, then further automotive engineering, manufacturing engineering. Likewise, there are a large area, specialized areas in engineering, which comes under the main umbrella of mechanical engineering. The world has developed so much that these streams or specialized areas are there to look into the services of those areas, I can say. So in this HND, I was made to understand that it is mainly mechanical discipline we are going to pay attention about, talk about. So when it comes to mechanical engineering, the main and the most important subject there is called thermodynamics. It's called thermodynamics. Here and there, I will give you a small explanation in Sinhala, but kindly don't expect me to explain everything in Sinhala. It will be injustice for some people who really doesn't use Sinhala as their communicating method. මේ thermodynamics එහෙමත් නැත්නම් අපි මේක සිංහල භාෂාවෙන් කිව්වොත් තාපගති විද්‍යාව. මේ තාපගති විද්‍යාව කියලා කියන්නේ මම සිංහලෙන් කියනවා ඒ වගේම මම ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් පුංචි පැහැදිලි කිරීමකුත් කරන්නම්. ශක්තිය හා ශක්ති පරිවර්තනය පිළිබඳ කතා කරන විෂය. We talk about the energy and energy conversion in thermodynamics. Now, thermodynamics itself is a vast area where a person, even I can say any engineer, cannot evade. කිසිම ඉංජිනේරු ක්ෂේත්‍රයේ ඉන්න කෙනෙකුට මේ තාපගති විද්‍යාව කියන එකකින් පැනලා යන්න බෑ, බැහැර වෙන්න බෑ. හේතුව අපි මේ ශක්තියත් එක්ක, එනර්ජි කියන එකත් එක්ක හැමතිස්සෙම ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන නිසා. ඉතින් මෙතනදී mechanical engineersලා විදිහට අපි හුඟ වෙලාවට deal කරන්නේ, අපි කටයුතු කරන්නේ heat energy කියන එකත් එක්ක, තාපය සමග. අපි මේ අපේ වටේ තියෙන ඕනෑම engineering process එකක් ගත්තොත් අපිට පෙන්නේවි එතන අපි තාපයත් එක්ක ගනුදෙනු කරලා තියෙනවා. We have had some transaction some business with heat. So it is very important that we know certain behavior and certain theoretical concepts behind these energy, or rather heat, and the transfer of heat into energy and energy into various forms. Energy into various forms. And since this is a HND dealing in mechanical, plus of course, yes, I know there are electrical, electronics, construction, quantities, and so on. Number of fields you all are going to study, get separated and specialized. I'm talking generally. Another two area where mechanical people can get involved is manufacturing engineering plus automotive engineering. Of course, that is not going to say that you all cannot get yourself diverted to marine and aeronautical and so on. But, you know, these two areas are very common and very popular among students. Now, when it comes to manufacturing engineering, we are paying attention, or we are learning about various manufacturing processes and how to manage them. How to manage them. So this spans in a vast area. මේ නිෂ්පාදන තාක්ෂණ වේදය එහෙම නැත්නම් නිෂ්පාදන ඉංජිනේරු ක්ෂේත්‍රය ඉතා ඈතට පැතිරලා යන ක්ෂේත්‍රයක්. දැන් මෑත කාලේ මේකේ මේ නිෂ්පාදන තාක්ෂණ වේදයේ හුඟක් ඉහළට ගිය තැනක් තමයි apparel manufacturing. නිමි ඇඳුම් ක්ෂේත්‍රය. As you all know, we are also playing a major role in the world market of apparel manufacturing. Now, in the same time, there are other industries coming under this, like shipbuilding, manufacturing of steel, and manufacturing of number of components and materials for human beings. අපේ පරිභෝජනය සඳහා අපේ පාවිච්චය සඳහා මේ හැම මොහොතකම බොහෝ දේවල් නිෂ්පාදනය කරනවා. දැන් මේ නිෂ්පාදනය කිරීමත් අපිට එහෙමත් නැත්නම් මේ mechanical engineering field එකට අදාළ දෙයක්. දැන් එතනදී අපි මේ thermodynamics නැත්නම් තාපගත විද්‍යාව ඉගෙන ගන්නේ මෙතෙන්දී අපි මේ energy ශක්තිය ගැන සහ systems ගැන වැඩිපුර අවධානය යොමු කරන නිසා. පද්ධතිය systems කියලා කියන්නේ සිංහල වචනයෙන් කිව්වොත් පද්ධතියක්. ඉතින් අපි මේ ගැන බොහොම theoretically where we have to talk. So one of my responsibilities is to make you aware about this. Then my other subject is fluid dynamics or dynamics of fluids. Now again, if I say in singular what is a fluid, I can say the best terminology, තරලයක්. මේක ද්‍රව හෝ වායු විය හැකියි. දැන් අපි ඇයි මේ තරල ගැන එහෙමත් නැත්නම් fluids ගැන කතා කරන්නේ? මේ තමයි මේ දක්වා අපිට ඉන්න හොඳම servant mechanical engineering field එක. තව විදිහකින් කියනවා නම් අපේ යාන්ත්‍රික ඉංජිනේරුමය කාර්යයන් හොඳින් කරවාගත හැකි උදව්කරුවා තමයි fluids. දැන් මම ඔයගලන්ට මේ ගැන කිව්වොත් අපි අපේ මෝටර් බයික් එකේ එහෙම නැත්නම් අපේ කාර් එකේ වේගය අඩු කරගන්න බ්‍රේක්ස් ඇප්ලයි කරනවා. සර්විස් බ්‍රේක්ස් පාවිච්චි කරනවා. දැන් අපි මොකක්ද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ මේ රෝදේ කැවකීම පහළට ගේන්න? රෝදේ කැවකෙන RPM එක අඩු කරගන්න අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ fluid power. ද්‍රාව පීඩනය. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා. ඉතින් dynamics of fluids මේ ද්‍රාව ඒ වගේ මේ තරවල හැසිරෙන්නේ කොහොමද? ඒ වගේම අපිට අපේ අවශ්‍යතාවය ඉටු කරවා ගැනීම සඳහා මේ තරලය අපි පාලනය කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක තමයි මේ fluid dynamics නැත්නම් fluid mechanics වලින් අපි කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. හොඳින් මතක තියාගන්න මම මේ උගන්වන්න හදන ක්ෂේත්‍ර දෙකම thermodynamics and fluid mechanics consist of imaginations plus the imaginations are being further explained by some theories. න්‍යායන් සහ කල්පනයන් කල්පිතයන් මගින් තමයි මේ විෂයන් දෙක ඉදිරියට යන්නේ. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන් හුඟ දෙනෙක් මම හිතනවා ලංකාවේ හැරි යුරෝපීය හැරි උසස් පෙළ මට්ටම දක්වා ඉගෙනගෙන ඇති කියලා. එතෙන්දී ඕගොල්ලන්ට හම්බ වෙලා ඇති ෆිසික්ස් කියලා සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක. භෞතික විද්‍යාව. මේ භෞතික විද්‍යාව තමයි මේ විෂයන් දෙකේ අදිතාලම නැත්නම් පෙර විෂය. අපි උසස් පෙළදී එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ භෞතික විද්‍යාවේදී මේ දැන් අපි කතා කරන්න හදන පැත්ත ගැන කතා කරලා නැහැ. හැබැයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ හොඳින් ඇඩ්වාන්ස් ලෙවල් පන්තියේදී උසස් පෙළ පන්තියේදී මේ ෆිසික්ස් කියන විෂය follow කළා නම් if you have followed this subject properly it will be very easy for you to understand this because this is more or less the practical side of it. භෞතික විද්‍යාවේ ප්‍රායෝගික පැත්ත තමයි අපි මේ thermodynamics වලිනුයි fluid mechanics වලිනුයි කරන්න හදන්නේ. දැන් මේ higher diploma නැත්නම් higher national diploma level එකකදී අපිට ටිකක් theories ගැන කතා කරන්න වෙනවා. අපිට ටිකක් theories ගැන කතා කරන්න වෙනවා. යම් කිසි ගැටලුවක් විසඳීමේදී අපිට න්‍යායක් when we are trying to solve a problem we have to make use of certain theories. ඉතින් එතෙන්දී ඕගලන්ට පොඩි mathematics knowledge එකකුත් conceptual thinking එකකුත් අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා. So when I talk one or two of these words, don't get upset, don't get panicked, because as a faculty member, as a teacher, I am there to help you in all your difficulties in this subject. One of the most important thing and one of the things I expect from you all is to participate all the lectures I conducted on behalf of you in the college. If you have a difficulty, talk with the coordinator, talk with the program manager, and at the moment, of course, as the previous invitees told you, things have to be delivered online. There are no face-to-face classes, lectures, and I hope, as I heard from one of the previous speakers, that there are number of faculties, Kalambuk, Jaffna, and Kandy. So when time comes, when certain things settle down from the present volatile situation, I can visit you all. We can have face-to-face sessions in these two subjects. And as I said, as the previous lecturer told you, it is regarding the what you call surveying. We will be having certain practical I'm sorry about the disturbance. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Mr.
Yes,
Rai.
sir.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry, these telecommunication people are disturbing me. I'm talking to using my phone. The line got damaged by some of the fellows who are working in my lane, trying to excavate something. Anyway, let's go back to the subject area. So, apart from thermodynamics, this fluid mechanics, I'm going to teach you how we can make use of these fluids to work on behalf of us. Now, if I just mention, please don't get panicked, don't be upset, because I know some of you are hearing these terminology and stories for the first time. The service brake system of a motor vehicle purely based on a theory called Pascal's theory. And that's why I said you may have come across this Pascal's theory in your advanced level class. The hydraulic jack we are using to lift a broken down vehicle, or simply if you say to lift a vehicle, is working on the Pascal's theory. Now, this is only one theory, right? It's only a theory. There are a number of theories we have to learn, we have to talk about when it comes to fluid mechanics. So, remember, in the coming 3 months or so, we are going to talk about and learn about these two subjects. So my most sincere request from you is to participate in my lectures without absence. Because as you all know, we have limited time of teacher-student interface. I will be giving you time to time certain assignments or certain tasks, you have to fulfill them, because you will be continuously assessed in your work as a student. And in the meantime, we have a evaluation method. Under that also you will be evaluated, and then you are going to your final examination. Now, in the examination also, I don't know which type of examination you are going to face. Physical paper, pencil, and classroom examination or online examination. Your coordinator as well as the program manager will make you aware of it when it comes towards the end of the study program. But get yourself prepared, get yourself well prepared for the examinations, and your assignments and courseworks also are equally important. I am there always to guide you, but we will tell you how to prepare, how to submit your work. So adhere to that, strictly adhere to that. Just don't copy things from the web, because most of you, I have quite a lengthy teaching career apart from my working career. I can see I still am teaching in certain organizations. Students have got to the habit of just downloading something from the free web. Okay, free web gives you a lot of information, but remember, some of them are not exactly correct and some of them are not exactly fitting into your level of study. So you have to cut, chop, and filter what is there. Anyway, when we start our study part, I'll recommend you some of the books which are easily available. Sometimes even on ebooks, you may be able to download them free, because the college and your parent university is recommending certain books which are from states and definitely from Europe, which are very difficult to purchase and have access. Anyway, further, I will also talk with the college about those things, but always keep in touch with the course coordinator and the program manager, of course, not forgetting me. So I'm not going to talk to you in length because you have been listening to about the conducting of the program and about the college and so many things. So the most important things I want to tell you is you're going to start learning very soon two core areas in mechanical engineering. Thus, some of the areas we discuss may be very new to you. Don't get panicked. Don't give up the program. Be with us. We are there to help you. Time to time, we will have certain knowledge testing components. I'll recommend you certain reading material, and let's see for a fruitful future. So thank you very much for listening to me, and we will meet in near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kure, for the important ideas and information shared with us. Now, finally, I would like to invite Mr. Udaya for a Q&A session, and let's take a small time for Q&A session. If you have any question regarding the course program, please raise them now. I think there's no any questions with the students. So if there's any other questions, you can ask in the group, or you can personally message to Mr. Udaya, to me, or for the particular lecturers. Okay, I would like to express my gratitude and appreciation to Mr. Roshan, Mr. Udaya, Mr. Buddhika, and Mr. Kure for addressing this initial step of our new academic year, and thank you for all the freshers who participate in this special moment. I wish you all the best for upcoming academic year. Thank you.